sophisticated mankind. The brother plan seems to work. Economic growth is saving the earth. Sing alive, tell me what is it worth? A deeper love from the day of your birth. I start losing it, I'm out of control. Part I'm choosing, part I'm playing the role. They get your money, do they get to your soul? I bet you, honey, what you need is a goal. Now you're in it, you just playing the game. Another minute or a second of fame. Say my name, I'm going up in the flame. Another day, another breath I retain. Ooh, don't you wanna breathe? Don't you wanna breathe? Tonight we're in the air. No matter how long we can go. No matter how long we can go. Tonight we're in the air. No matter how long we can go. No matter how long we can go. Better stay woke instead of being blind. Your chip is ready, it's a matter of time. You still think
All right, just about ready for baseball. Jackson Merrill digs in now. And we're off and rolling in Miami.
1 o'clock.
Gonna really need to hang in there with that front side against this left-handed breaking ball.
Swing and a ground ball. Fair ball. Around first and hustling for second. Not stopping. He's going for three. And he's got a leadoff triple.
Got the top of the ball a little bit, but not much. That was hit pretty hard through the infield, so I think he'll be happy with that swing. Definitely.
Out towards right center field. Harris gets under it. Brings it in. Runner tagging from third. And they strike first as they take a 1-0 lead. So no one on after the sac fly. Manny Machado up to the plate. And first offering is fouled off.
He didn't want to give up that run, but he did. Got the fly ball, sac fly out. Now it's time to attack these other guys. Get your team back in the dugout.
Sale, multi-time All-Star, 36 years old, a former first-round. Oh, this is deep to left center, way back there, on its way, and gone. That one felt good. One down. Here's Miguel Andujar. Foul ball. And a swing and a miss.
0-2 fastball way out of the zone. I think he's trying to speed him up. Got to stay back. Off speed's probably coming.
Swings and lines one towards the gap. And that's got extra bases written all over it. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
Everything came together for him. I'll tell you, when you smoke a line drive into the gap like that, I mean, sure, home runs are king, but I feel like nothing makes you feel like a true professional hitter more than a bolt the other way.
Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. Here's the pitch. Runner on the move. Breaking ball, and that got him. First and second, one out. Ty France, the next up for the Padres. In the dirt, ball one.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get two. Get out of this.
Throw on to Olsen, and he's out. Here's Nicholas Castellanos. Swing and a miss as he chases that one darting out of the zone. That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam. And he couldn't hold back. Here's Ronald Acuna Jr. at the plate.
Afternoon, the right fielder, number 13, Ronald Acuna Jr.
Up the middle, Tatis handles that chance. Throw off line, he's safe, and a nice job there to keep it from getting away. Man at first, down the third baseman, Austin Riley. And a 1-1. Turned on, but foul wide of third. That one is absolutely belted. And a base hit. Lead runner touches second, headed for third. Right past his coach, headed for the plate. And now they trail by 1.
Well, back within 1 as he brings home the run. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
Man at second. Swing and a miss. Snap throw behind the runner. Pitch out, but no action. Safe at second, and he gets back in.
You know what I feel like, Boog? I mean, throwing it down to second base, like, honestly, there's only a couple of pitchers that have ever had any success in doing that. It's just really hard to pick somebody off second.
It's a fair point. And here comes Ozzie Albies to the dish. Little chopper rolls foul. And a foul ball. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Right side. And that's just foul. Runner on at third. One gone. And foul ball.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
Oh. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again.
Quite the matchup we're seeing here. 6 foul balls in this at bat alone. Really make
this one in the air center field. And there's 2 down. So digging in, Michael Harris the second. France. The tag, and he's out. That's the 3rd out. Back here in Miami, here's Ramon Laureano. Check swing, and he went. That's strike 1. On the ground, and it goes just foul. Ball 1 there. And a pop-up right side, foul territory. Takes it in for the out. And here's the catcher, Freddie Fermin. Inside, almost got him.
Well, you've got to establish the inside part of the plate early, and that sends a message not just to this hitter, but to the rest of the lineup as well.
Here's a 2-2. Swing and a pop-up. Kim. 2 up, 2 down. So the San Diego batting order turns over. Jackson Merrill, the next to hit.
Merrill.
Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. And that is that. Bottom half of inning number 2. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Dominic Smith. swing and a line drive base hit out into center field. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Oh, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field.
Now it's going to be Ha-Sung Kim, and there's one down. One out man at first, and next for Atlanta, Mike Yastrzemski. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Inside, and that's ball one. This one in the air. Machado reaching down and makes the grab. Here's Sandy Leon. Smith off of first with two away. Up the middle, gets to it with a slide. What a play, inning over. Back here at Lone Depot Park, in steps El Nino, Fernando Tatis Jr. On the ground to the left. One pitch and one out. Now Machado up here.
Coming off an absolute bomb in his last at bat.
Machado.
That missed by a lot, and it's 1-0. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. That one carrying. And it is out of here. Another homer. His second home run of the game. Here's the cleanup hitter for the Padres, Miguel Andujar. And first offering is fouled off. Comes up empty. That's strike two.
Sold it really well with the arm speed. Swung underneath it, so a changeup that stayed a little bit more on plane than what he was anticipating.
Sail and a 1-2. Line to right center field. That's a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single. He dives, but he can't make the catch. And he'll pull into second safely.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Riley fires to first. Got him. So digging in now for San Diego, Ty France. He's 0 for 1. Yeah, that's fouled off. Out towards right center field. Acuna drifts towards it, and that'll do it. Bottom of the inning, now in for the Braves, Ronald Acuna Jr. This looks like extra bases. And he starts the bottom of the third with a double.
Put a really nice balanced swing on it, and when you can rope one into the gap like that, you're thinking extra bases from the first couple of steps out of the box, and he'll feel real good about that one. You know, these Braves definitely being aggressive at the plate, but I think it's fair to wonder if they're being a little over-aggressive. I'm specifically talking about the first pitch.
But he's back in time.
You know what I feel like, Boo? I mean, throwing it down to second base, like, honestly, there's only a couple of guys that have ever had any success in doing that. It's just really hard to pick somebody off second.
It's a fair point. Can't get to it, and this should score the run. In comes the run from second, and he's into second with nobody out.
Well, that was one of those high percentage advantage counts where batting averages are just so much higher. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap, and I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
Here is Ozzie Albies up to hit. Slapped hard the other way, but foul.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs.
Oh, that got him.
Take him in.
Runners at the corners here, one away. Michael Harris the second will hit next. That one ripped, but foul. 2 on, 1 out. Tap foul at the plate.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
That one way outside, and the count is 1-2. Towards first, France flips it. They score a run thanks to the infield single. And he'll reach second with 1 away. So 2 in scoring position with 1 out. Dom Smith stands in. Swung on, belted. Carrying well. Out of here. A 3-run shot. And it gives them the lead in the third. It's 6-3. 1 down. So now to the plate for Atlanta. Ha-Sung Kim. This one in the air center field. And there's 2 down. Here comes Mike Yastrzemski to the plate. 0 for 1 so far. In the air to left center. Laureano on the move. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And the inning is over. As we go to the top of the 4th, Nick Castellanos at the plate now. Sale back to work. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right center field. 1 up, 1 down. Laureano comes up to hit. Hammered down the right side, but foul. The 0-1. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. And he's going to make it to first. And we'll see how they score it.
Up next for the Padres, the catcher.
So a man aboard. Next, it's the catcher for the Padres, Freddie Fermin. First time up was a pop out. Fermin, 30 years old now, and he was born in Venezuela. That one fouled off. The 1-1 is fouled off. Step off, throw to first. Laureano back easily. In the air, right field. Acuna on the run. Won't get to this one. It drops foul. Laureano, the runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into right field. Around second, on his way to third. He's in there.
2 consecutive base hits for these guys here. It's amazing to me that he was able to put the barrel on that one. I mean, that pitch was pretty well out.
Olsen. He steps on the bag, and there's 2 away. And a dangerous hitter coming to the plate in Fernando Tatis Jr. Foul ball there. Man on second, 2 down. And a big swing and a miss. That one's upstairs, ball 1. That's down and in. Three-two now. That's a good at bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk. Manny Machado to the dish for a pivotal at bat. That one misses. That's 5 straight. This one in the air center field. Harris on his way over. Makes the catch. Inning over. Back here in Miami, ready to go for the last half of the inning. Well, he's been knocked around pretty good so far, but they've got him back out there at least to begin the inning.
Yeah, and you wonder just the strength and perhaps the health of that bullpen for him to go back out there. But he's taking this one for the team. Perhaps he can stabilize things and the offense can score some runs for him.
Here's Acuna now. Line to second, snagged on the bounce. And very nicely done for the out. 2 outs, base is empty. Here is Austin Riley. Swing and a foul out of play. Gets him to chase after that one.
Good pitch right there. Tied him up on the hands. If I'm out there on the bump, I'm going right back in there.
Hacks and misses. Ready now for the 5th inning. Now the DH for the Padres. Miguel Andujar. Chris Sale back to work. Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt.
You know, these Padres, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. They have 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet so far, and that tells me they're seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well.
Ground ball left side. Zips it across, and the leadoff hitter retired in the 5th. Here's Xander Bogaerts. And there's a foul ball. The Braves up by 2, and we're at the top of the 5th. Ground ball up the middle. Handles, throws to first, and the first 2 set down at the top of the 5th. Next for the Padres, Ty France.
Oh, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or 2 is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Brings it in, and that is that. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Now in for the Braves, Matt Olson. That's a ball.
Way to lay off that fastball up right there. You're looking for something you see well that you can handle, but you also have to keep the discipline so that you're not popping up pitches that are just a little too high.
France. And there's one away.
That was a good hard fastball with some nice ride up in the zone right there. Hitter looked like he was on it, but I think that velocity at the end just beat him. Instead of a line drive or something hit deep, it's a pop up and an easy out for the defense.
2 down. Michael Harris II. Next up for the Braves. 2 down, nobody on. Last half of inning number 5. Tap back to the mound. Out with room to spare, and that's the inning. Top 6. Now it's the right fielder, Nick Castellanos. Hit on the ground up the middle. That's a base hit. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate. Now the left fielder, Ramon Laureano. Outside low, ball 1.
Now these guys definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap, but you know, at the very least, if you could.
This one's fair down the line and left, and it's going to be extra bases. Castellanos on his way to the plate, and now they trail by 1.
Back-to-back base hits, loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases.
Now pitching for the Braves, number 58, Victor.
Now at the plate, Freddie Fermin. Ground ball, and that's through the infield. Runner around third, fires it to the plate. It's offline, and he scores. That ties it up at 6. Jackson Merrill, the next runner on the go. Meanwhile, this pitch gets away. Wild pitch, and into second moves the go-ahead run.
Really just yanked it across his body. And now there's a runner in scoring.
Meanwhile, this pitch gets away. And on the wild pitch, he goes down to third. Go-ahead run in scoring position. Nobody out. Swings and sends a rocket to right. Reaching for it. Makes the catch. In to score from third. And it's a 7-6 game. Fernando Tatis Jr. to hit here. Fernando Tatis Jr. signed by the White Sox 2015 for $700,000. And then eventually moved in the James Shields trade in June of 2016. Here's a 1-1. And there's a ball. Already 3 runs across in the frame, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Ripped into right center. Should be extra bases. And into second with 1 away. That's a double.
Well, they call that an advantage count for a reason. You're so much more likely to get something you can handle. They got a pitch you could.
Ronaldo Lopez. Comes on now.
And that's a big potential run out there in second as he comes in trying to keep the deficit where it is. For the infielders, they got to be thinking about keeping the ball from getting by them into the outfield any way they can.
Man at second. Swing and a miss at a slider.
Clearly was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
2-2. Stays alive. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Line drive and foul ball.
Pitcher having a pretty tough time getting that swing and miss. 3rd foul ball in a row.
Runner takes off. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Line drive, base hit. Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners with 1 out.
Up next for the Padres,
Miguel Andujar. And a dangerous hitter coming to the plate.
Oh. At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog.
Swing and a line drive, base hit into left field. Tatis comes in to score, and they lead by 2. Throw comes in and holds the runner at third. They're at the corners now with still only 1 away. And a dangerous hitter coming up to hit in Xander Bogaerts. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. And now the 0-1. A bunt, and it's popped up. That's out number 2. Well, he gave the bunt a shot there, but not able to execute.
Yeah, I think he rushed it a little bit, and when guys rush, it can be a pop-up or can be bunted right back at a position player. Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Two on, 2 outs. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Machado in to score. It's an RBI single, and they take a 3-run lead. And they put the tag on him. Back here at Lone Depot Park. So here's the Braves' designated hitter, Dominic Smith. Tap back to the mound. Throw pulls him off the bag, and he's safe. Ha-Sung Kim next up for the Braves. In the air to left center. Laureano sprinting after it. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. Lead runner makes the turn at second. The throw in. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate. Mike Yastrzemski up here. On the ground, right side. Tatis tosses to first. And that is a big first out. The catcher, Sandy Leon.
Number 40, Nathan Adams.
And that one fouled off. The Braves with the tying run at the plate here in the bottom of the sixth. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. He's got it. Runner tags for home. In to score from third. And they cut the lead to 2. Here's Acuna. 1 for 3.
Ho, ho, ho!
2 down, nobody on. Way out front for strike 2. And it gets by him. And he'll make it to second base with 2 gone.
Good 2-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. Just a great approach. Looked like that was exactly what he wanted to do with that pitch, and right off the bat,
that is the inning. Back here in Miami, top of inning number 7.
On the mound, he's looking to keep momentum on their side with a quick inning. Keep those runs they just scored in the bank instead of handing them right back.
Ball. Hard.
Lopez, a former All-Star, 32 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic.
Boog, it looked like that curveball backed up on him, and although it's a mistake, it works out really good for the pitcher. The hitter's timed it up, expects it to be to a certain spot, and it just doesn't get there.
The 2-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. This one in the air, center field. Harris on the move. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. Ramon Laureano, the next up for the Padres.
Ball.
Now pitching for the Braves, number 52, Dylan.
The 1-0.
Lee.
Fought off foul. He swings and drives one out to deep left field. That one carrying. Out of here. He flexes his power with that swing. At the plate, Freddie Fermin. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So the 1-out hit turns the lineup over.
That's back-to-back singles for him. Couldn't get any air under it, but he smoked that ball back up the middle. Timing was just perfect. Got great wood on it, and there's just no...
Off-balance feed. There's one. On to first. Safe. So they get one, but a really nice try there. Now it's Fernando Tatis Jr.
When you're taking your lead over there at first, you got to be very careful. This guy on the mound's got a good pickoff move.
Swing and a ball hammered left field. That's got a chance. And brings it in at the wall. Back here in Miami. So now to the plate for Atlanta. Matt Olson.
Nope, that's off the plate.
Out to short. A sliding stop. Over to first. But he beats it out. And the leadoff man is on with an infield single. Ozzie Albies up to the plate.
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first. Feels like it's really important.
New arm out of the bullpen. Ron Marinaccio.
Well, the best reliever.
Runner takes off. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Lead runner around second. And now a wide throw to third. So runners at the corners, nobody out. Michael Harris the second, getting ready to hit. This one swung on and hit well, way back there. And that is foul. The Braves with the go-ahead run at the plate. Here at the bottom of the seventh. Not even close there. And it's 1-1. This one ripped, but foul to the right. That one misses, and it's 3-2. Merrill should have this one. Takes it in for the out. Now it's Dominic Smith. He's already homered in this game. And that one fouled off.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone.
Swing and a line drive, and that's a base hit into right field. To second, there's Bogarts. Got the out. So up next, Ha-Sung Kim. Runner on the go. Late swing fouled off. Smith, the runner at first with two gone. Just missed.
No, that's a ball.
And that is out of play. There's a line drive to left field. And a base hit. Makes the turn at second, heads for third. Heading for the plate. He scores to tie it up.
A couple of hits in a row for him here. Didn't try to do too much with it. Just a really controlled, simple swing. We don't see a whole lot of that these days with hitters trying to launch and hit home runs, but
he's trying for third. Fouled off. He was late. Man on second, two down.
Rarely will you see a pitcher just a wasted pitch like that. The batter wasn't even tempted to swing. Every pitch needs to have a purpose so that it can set up a following pitch to help you get that out.
That missed inside. Ball three. Out towards right center field. And that's the third out. Back here at Lone Depot Park. We go to the eighth. Here's Manny Machado. Outside low, and that is ball one.
Now pitching for the Braves, number 75, Robert Suarez.
Now you get to this part of the order. Yeah, there's some pop there, but more likely there's some base hits. So very important to be patient. Let the pitcher walk you, if he will.
It's a leadoff walk, and that's the go-ahead run. And next is the designated hitter, Miguel Andujar. That's to third, Riley. There's one to first. Double play. Nicely done. And here comes Xander Bogaerts. 0 for 3 in this one.
Oh. Oh.
Drilled out towards left center field. Carrying well. And it bangs off the out-of-town scoreboard. And in there with a double off the wall. So digging in, Ty France.
RBI knock for him last time. Now a chance to drive in another run.
All B's. And the inning is over. On to the bottom of the eighth. against the Atlanta catcher. So they turn to their closer, Mason Miller.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
To first, one gone in the bottom of the 8th. And here is Ronald Acuna Jr. And fouled off. All tied up here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Line drive. Slide in, but it gets down. So the go-ahead run is on base with a knock.
He was all over that one. To me, it's just a really controlled, balanced swing. He wasn't trying to do too much with it. Just stayed disciplined, got the barrel to the ball, and put it in play.
The throw to third. Tag out. They cut down the go-ahead run at third. And now Matt Olson up to hit. Got it started a little too early. Strike one.
If you're a base runner, you got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
And that is the inning. Back here in Miami, all set to start the 9th in this one. Nick Castellanos now at the plate. And that misses. Yeah, that's ball 2. On the ground to third, and that one finds its way through. And the go-ahead run is on base. Tag out. They cut down the go-ahead run at second. So up next, Ramon Laureano. Yeah, that's fouled off. In the air to left center. Yastrzemski coming on. He's got it. And that quickly 2 away. So digging in, Freddie Fermin. That one fouled off. Check swing, and he went 0-2. Up the middle. It's through for a hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive and puts the go-ahead run on base.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do.
Tapped softly on the ground. Fires over to first. And that is that. Bottom 9, and they've got a chance at a walk-off in this tie game. Now in for the Braves, Ozzie Albies. Swings through that one for strike 1. 101 on the gun, swing and a miss. To the right side. France steps on the bag. A huge out to start the bottom of the 9th. Swing and a ground ball. Tatis handles that chance. 2 away. Dominic Smith next up for the Braves. Swing and a ball popped up. Machado has a beat on it. And that's the inning. Back here at Lone Depot Park. On to extra innings. Fernando Tatis Jr.
Now pitching for the Braves, number 26, right there, Iglesias.
To third. Tosses to first, and they get the leadoff man in the 10th. Go ahead run on base. Here comes Manny Machado. He swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit's probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
Man at second. Swing and a ball lifted left field. 2 away.
Good pitch. He just kind of had him out in front on that pitch away and wasn't able to stay closed.
So here's the Padres DH. Miguel Andujar. Down the line, and it's foul. Man on second, 2 down. A swing and a miss as he chases way out of the zone. On the ground. And it's just foul. That was close. This to third. Tag out. They cut down the go-ahead run at third. And that. On to the bottom of the 10th. So now to the plate for Atlanta. Ha-Sung Kim. That one almost got him. Here's the pitch. Runner breaks for third. Ball misses. Throw, save. That's a stolen base. And the winning run is now only 90 feet away. That one misses. So a leadoff walk. And next for Atlanta, Mike Yastrzemski. Misses again, 5 in a row.
Already in some trouble and falling behind in the count makes it even worse. Then you've got to throw the ball over more of the plate, and that's where they can really do damage against a guy like this.
That one hammered, but pulled foul. The Braves with the go-ahead run at third, and we're in the last half of the 10th. That one misses. Full count now.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
And that'll load the bases.
Now that sets up a really big at-bat in this game. These are the moments when everyone in the stadium gets really locked in.
Leon in the box, lays off for ball one. Next offering in there for a strike. And the count is 1-1. Swing and he popped it up. Has room and he makes the catch.
Man, it's so frustrating. You got a couple of runners on. You want. Try to drive in at least one run. Maybe you get a little too big with the swing. Pops out right there, and I tell you what, nobody's more frustrated with that at-bat than him.
No, he held up. Winning run at third, one down here in extra innings. Oh, he can't hang on. She'll still come home with it, and they get the out. Good recovery. Wasn't easy following the misplay. Here comes Austin Riley. That misses the zone, and that's ball one. Chopped on the ground. Sends it to first, and we're headed to the 11th. Back here in Miami. Now we go to the 11th. Xander Bogaerts getting ready to hit. And that one fouled off. Man at second. And that one fouled off.
He's falling behind in a huge spot, Boone. Got to do what it takes to come through. Maybe choke up on the bat a little bit, spread out those feet, whatever it takes.
It's a pitch out, nothing doing, and that's ball one. Chases the changeup in the dirt. Gets him. One away on a drop third strike.
Just not a good pitch to swing at. One reason he's an everyday player is he usually lays off of that jump.
That one to first. Olsen takes it to the bag. That was a productive play as the go-ahead run moves up to third. Go-ahead run on base. Nick Castellanos will hit next. Skips in, and excellent work to corral that one. Could have been dangerous. The 1-0. On the ground to the left, and it goes just foul. The 1-1. Swing and a miss.
Man, that was pretty gross right there.
Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. In time, the 2-3 strikeout ends the inning. All set for the bottom of the 11th. Now in for the Braves, Matt Olson. And a breaking ball misses outside. Brings it in, one away. So now with one away and a man at second. Now here is Ozzie Albies. On a line out towards center. Merrill gets under it, brings it in. Runner tags at second.
Not fooled at all right there. He was clearly all over it, but sometimes you hit it too hard and right at someone. You're looking for one of those loop hits to get a knock sometimes.
Jackknifes out of the way.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
In there, that'll do it. In comes the winning run, and the Braves walk it off in the 11th. Close one here today, and your final 11-10. A one-run extra inning win for Chris Singleton and our entire crew. I'm John Shambi saying so long.